Hi everyone, welcome to Snap Snipe. Today we will be having a rating video for all of World of Tanks maps. We divided this rating into six levels of categories. This is based on a lot of factors, which could include the map size, how flexible is the map, how could you relocate, how it fits like the different classes of tanks inside the World of Tanks. For example, the base for all, it is great for almost all classes of the tanks. Heavy tank can work, medium can do very well, light tank, and even SPG, tank destroyer, and so on. All the way to the maps that I think should be removed from the game. Although this rating, remember guys, is based on my opinion. I know a lot of World of Tanks players will have different opinions, but everyone has his own perspective. Okay, starting with Ghost Town. I think World of Tanks did very amazing job designing this map. It is amazing in size, very large size. It fits almost all classes of the tanks. Heavy tank can play without any issue. Light tank can spot from different flanks. TDs have a lot of positions. Mediums can flank, they can deal damage, they can snipe. You have a lot of freedom to relocate, a lot of flexibility in the map, a lot of decisions. I really like this map. This is one of my favorite map in the game. I would put it as the best for all, of course. Abe is heavy tank oriented. I think from both sides. I know this side can work for some kind of TDs. Light will be spotting for them, but it is not the great for that. Mediums will be accumulated there without doing that skill. It is not based on skill. It depends on the luck, on the how many forces will be facing. If you decided to make really aggressive move, you'll be punished. But overall, Abe I think is playable to bad. I would say it's playable. Insk straight to should be removed. Guys, if you think Insk is great for heavy tank, it is not even great for that. The map is really small in size. You do not have a lot of flexibility. Heavies will be cross-fired from different positions. Medium, they do not have enough armor for this. Lights cannot spot, then they cannot do anything there. TDs, I think this map should be removed from the game. This is based on my humble opinion. Lakeville, great, especially the valley, great for heavy tanks with right amount of gun depression and armor. Cities can work for support heavies and mediums also. Lights and can spot sometimes. SPG, but it's not great regarding the choices that you have, the flexibility and the map size. I would say Lakeville is playable to average. I would say average because I am based on my skill is based on heavy tank playing. I played a lot of heavy tanks. I like the valley, so I like half of this map. I think it's average. Erlenberg, also heavy tank oriented. Not so much action you can do there. Both east and west flank is based on enemy distribution and your teammate distribution. But overall, Erlenberg I think is playable. Airfield, only heavy tank oriented. Believe it or not, they made a lot of changes to airfield. They just want to try to make it work for different kind of classes, but they, I think, wargaming failed to make it a good map. I think airfield should be removed also from the game. Live oaks. Live oaks. What category belongs to live oaks? I think it's average, because lights can work, TDs can snipe from different positions. In heavy, you have two options. Either you go to the city, or either you take the bridge side and make pressure and flank the enemy from behind. I would say it's average. Cliff. Good for heavies, not the best for mediums and lights. Although some players will have sometimes an epic games, but not always, guys. Not even most of the times. Cliff is challenging. It is small in size. I would say Cliff is playable. Ruinberg, heavy tank. Heavy tank oriented. So it means it's bad. Although it's good for heavy tank. That's why I didn't say it should be removed. Because heavies can work here also. Mediums, lights, and so on. You know what I mean, guys. Glacier. Heavy tank oriented. Not great for light tank. Not great for mediums, TDs. I think Glacier is a bad tank. Westfield. Heavies can work, especially with good gun depression and turret armor. TDs have different kind of sniping positions. Lights can work, mediums can flank. Although this part of the map is useless, I think wargaming should do something regarding that. I think 90% of the players will ignore this part. So why did they design it to be included even in the map? But overall, it has some kind of flexibility. I would say Westfield is considered average. Prokhorovka. Guys, these large maps with a lot of flexibilities, a lot of flanking position, chances, are great even for heavy tanks. Especially if we don't have an 2 or 3 artas. But it's amazing for light. TDs can work very well in this map. Mediums can flank, they can wait, they can snipe. Who has enough gun depression, they can work on the ridgeline and wait for the spotting position, spotting chance in order to punish the enemy and so on. I think it's best for all. The same reason we put Ghost Town there, but Ghost Town I think is slightly better than Prokhorovka regarding the heavy tank playstyle. George, heavy tank oriented, it's bad map. Other than that, you don't have a lot of options even for mediums. Highway, light tank, I would say average. The map is good in size, although it's all dependent on how aggressive is your team playing and how many chances you will have. It's not easy to push the north side of the map. Although heavies can play very well in the city, I would say it is playable to average. Let's put it as average map. Karelia. Very good in size. Heavies can work without any problem. Lights can work, but it's not amazing for lights because you cannot push aggressively and support for your team. It's really dangerous in the middle of the map. You have a lot of positions for mediums, for TDs. I think Karelia is very good map. Sand River. Sand River. Sand River is relying on opponent making mistake. It's not dependent on the decision and the skills that you have. If the enemy is camping in certain kind of positions, you cannot do anything, believe me. So I think Sand River is playable. Studzianki. Good for light tank. Mediums can flank, especially with right amount of armor. Heavies can work. So it has the flexibility, it has the size. Is it the best for all? No, I don't think Studzianki is the best for all classes, but I think it's very good map. Himmelsdorf, designed for heavies. Although, again, you can have an epic game with a medium tank, even with a light tank, but it is designed for heavy tanks and heavies and super heavy tank destroyers. Other than that, I don't think it's really good. I think it's a bad map. Redshire. Redshire. Previously, before the changes of the Redshire, I think it belongs to the best for all. But again, after they did a lot of changes regarding raising the hills as the team in the north part were crossing from there, it was easily to punish them from the south part of the map. But now you have less chance to do so, although you have the same chance to punish anyone who is sitting on top of this hill. Although it has a kind of flexibility regarding the flanks. You have east, west flank. Heavies can work here, heavies can work here. Mediums can snipe and wait for the right position. It's good for lights. I think Redshire is very good map also. Pilsen. Pilsen is playable. Why I say that? Because TDs can work, heavies also, but not the best for light tank. This the east flank is really dangerous for light and mediums to push. It's all dependent on luck, how many you will be facing there. I would say it's a playable category. Mountain Pass. Previously it was one of my favorite maps. Now I say not even very good. I would say it's average because it is directed now towards heavy tanks and well armored tanks. As you know, the changes that wargaming have done to this map, they protected both passing forces from the north and south parts in order not to be punished by players who will arrive there and will shoot the crossing forces. I think it's average. Syrian Coast. I will not rate those maps which can be played for up to tier 3, I think, or tier 4, and the maps which are removed from the game. Minsk was one of my favorite maps previously, but unfortunately Wargaming decided to remove it. Syrian Coast. Good for heavies from both east and west flank. TDs can have an average sniping positions. Lights cannot work. Mediums without armor only can snipe. It's playable. I think Syrian Coast is playable. El Halouf. Heavy tank oriented. Mediums can play along with the heavy, especially if they are very skilled mediums and they have very good kind of very good turret armor and gun suppression. But I think it is bad to playable, but it's not that bad. I would say it's playable. Steps. You have a lot of sniping positions. Light can work. You have a lot of flexibility regarding the flanks that you will choose. Heavies can work very well. I like steps. I think steps is very good. Fisherman's Bay. It's also very good. Fisherman's Bay, great for light tank, great for heavies. Not like really great for heavies, but heavies can play, mediums can play the air in the mid, they can snipe. It has a lot of freedom and flexibility, but it does not mean it is the best for all. Zigferline. Zigferline, it's heavy tank oriented, but it is dependent mainly on teams distribution, because if a lot of players went to the west part of the map, then you have a lot of chance to spot with your light, to deal damage with your mediums and TDs who are sitting in these positions. I would say Zigferline belongs to the average category. Empire's border should be removed. Should be removed. Not even great for heavies. Only certain kind of heavy tanks, and even not all players will like this, because only players who know very well how to use their gun suppression and work there and there will excel in this map. I will not rate this map, as I told you before. Mines. Heavy tank oriented, mediums and lights can flank from the west part of the map. They can do a crossfire to the heavies there. Is it average? I think mines is average. It's good because you have choice. It's not like Himmelsdorf, for example, or like El Haluf. Although it is small in size, which I dislike, but you have some kind of flexibility and choice regarding choosing the flank, as I told you about it. Morovanka. Good for light tanks, good for heavies, good for tank destroyers, who players who love SPG, it's also can work. I like Morovanka. I would say Morovanka is very good to average. I think it's very good. It is very good map. Tundra should be removed from the game directly, the same reason as we discussed before. Look even at the design of such kind of maps. It's chaotic. I think anyone could design better map than those. Malinovka, the best for all. Same reason. Amazing for light, amazing for mediums. Mediums who can who can snipe, they can do that easily. Who can, mediums who have well armored turret, they can work with the heavies also. Great for TDs, great for SPG. It's one of my favorite maps actually. Paris, I would say playable to average. Great for heavies. Lights and mediums can work sometimes. Is it average? No. I would say it's playable. Overlord. What do I think about Overlord? I think Overlord is amazing if just they divided it into two parts. They removed the west part of the map because I really like this part, but not the beach. Believe me, it's not great even for heavies. It's great for mediums, sometimes for lights and TDs also. I would say it is Overlord is playable. Marhen line, good for heavy tanks, not the best for TDs. Mediums will have north flank, and other kind of mediums and lights they can spot and deal damage to the crossing forces. Regarding the flexibility, the map size, I would say it is playable. By this we completed the rating for almost all maps of World of Tanks. I hope this video is entertaining and helpful for you. Guys, if you like such kind of content, please comment down below, and don't forget to subscribe and support our channel. Thank you guys for watching.